You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
What's up, Black and White sports fans? John Matrix here, and I am back with another video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Also, check out the join button for channel memberships and check out the merch. And when you get your merch, make sure you use the discount code GINA-ROTS, all one word, and we're going to give you 15% off your purchase, folks. Let's get into this. Yesterday, we found out that Saints quarterback Drew Brees is officially retiring from the NFL after 20 seasons and 15 in New Orleans. Now, after his playoff loss to Tom Brady and the Bucs, there was speculation it was over for him. And if you look at his expression after that game, you kind of knew that it was going to be over. However, there was speculation, that he was going to come back based on a workout video. I didn't really buy into it. And apparently, Drew Brees is now retired, so that video really meant nothing. Okay. And me and Rhodes went live. We talked about Drew Brees on a live stream last night. And for Rhodes anyway, he was a fan of Drew Brees before last season when he bent the knee to the woke mob, talking about the national anthem, how he actually said that he would never respect anybody that kneeled for the national anthem because his grandfathers fought in World War II against the Nazis. And then he bent the knee. He put Jacob Blake on his helmet. And I believe that for Drew Brees, man, a lot of fans felt alienated by him because he bent the knee to the woke mob. However, you have Drew Brees on the field, and then you have Drew Brees off the field. We got to be able to separate the two. And that brings in Clay Travis. Outkick the coverage, Clay Travis. He made a bold statement about Drew Brees. This is probably going to ruffle some feathers for some people, but let's go ahead. Let's look and see what Clay Travis had to say about Drew Brees and his legacy on New Orleans. So it says here, Clay makes incredibly bold statement about importance of Brees to New Orleans. Drew Brees is officially retiring. As many have pointed out, that news came out on Sunday, the 15th anniversary of him signing with the Saints, a poetic end to a legendary career in the city of New Orleans. I didn't know that was actually the anniversary he signed. Maybe he actually retired on that day on purpose. But anyway, for anyone paying attention, this topic was bound to be a major talking point on Outkick the Coverage, the radio show for Outkick founder Clay Travis. And of course, Clay didn't disappoint. In talking about Brees, he made an incredibly bold statement about his legacy in that city. How bold? Well, Clay believes no other athlete has meant more to the city in which he or she played. Yeah, that bold. But that wasn't all, not even close. So this is what Clay Travis had to say. He said, quote, "I legitimately believe that no athlete has ever meant more to the city in which he played than Drew Brees has meant to New Orleans," Clay said. "In fact, I don't believe it is a crazy possibility that if Drew Brees had not been the quarterback of the New Orleans Saints, I think in wake of Hurricane Katrina, it's possible that the New Orleans Saints decided to relocate maybe to San Antonio and play elsewhere because the city was so devastated after Hurricane Katrina," close quote. Now, I've been on record too, man. I said that if Drew Brees was not on the Saints, I believe that the New Orleans Saints right now would actually be the San Antonio Saints or some other name. I believe they were going to be gone. I was actually living in Louisiana at the time of Hurricane Katrina. I think they were gone, man, because they had a losing culture, man. I know that people in New Orleans, they love the Saints. If you go to Louisiana, man, and you're talking about football, those people in New Orleans love the Saints. They really, really do. But the article goes on. He says, crazy, right? Well, read more Clay's reasoning behind it. He talked about the stats and all of the bullet points, but he also brings up the circumstances surrounding that Super Bowl win against the Indianapolis Colts. Quote, "He also won a Super Bowl for New Orleans, which for those of you who remember watching that celebration, the Saints, who had never won anything, for them to win the Super Bowl and for Drew Brees to do it with them against, ironically enough, a New Orleans native in Peyton Manning, is one of the great all-time great celebrations to watch a city have. Clay said, yeah, we kind of forget, that Peyton Manning was actually from New Orleans. He says, quote, I believe Drew Brees is more significant to New Orleans than any other athlete is to any other city in America in this era. Now, I think there are other athletes in past eras. For instance, Michael Jordan to Chicago, I think he defined Chicago in a big way, but I think the Bulls would have stayed in Chicago no matter what, even if Jordan had never been a Bull. I'm really not sure that the New Orleans Saints still exist as a franchise down in the Crescent City if Drew Brees isn't there. With the 15 years he brought to bear for that city, helping them rebuild from Hurricane Katrina. And you know what? He's not wrong about that. He's really not wrong. And the reason why is, think of this, man. In New Orleans, what teams do they really have in New Orleans? They have the Saints and they have the Pelicans. And people tend to forget about the Pelicans because no athlete wants to stay in New Orleans and play for the Pelicans. Anthony Davis, he got out of there. I believe they have Zion right now. I don't think Zion is going to stay there. I really don't. They can't get free agents. It's a losing culture. And athletes really just don't want to play in New Orleans. And think of this, man. Before Drew Brees, the Saints' legacy, man, was pure trash. Yeah, they had some good players. They really did. But New Orleans, man, overall, if they don't have the Saints, they don't have anything, when it comes to sports. The Pelicans, I believe, they're failing over there, man. They are failing in New Orleans. But when you got that one guy, man, when you have that one guy, it can make a difference. Now, the Pelicans probably thought they had the guy in Anthony Davis, but he didn't want to sign a contract there. He wanted to get the hell out of New Orleans. Drew Brees, he said, no, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to try to make a difference in the community. And he stayed there for 15 years. He probably could have went somewhere else, but it's a lot harder, for quarterbacks to move, because of the franchise tag and the way contracts work over there. But Clay actually continues on here, says this. In a later segment, Clay also brought up LeBron in Cleveland, Tom Brady in New England, and a couple of other examples. But through an unfortunate situation, a bond was created between Brees and the city of New Orleans. It's a bond that may never be rivaled. It's wild to think that a single person, other than the owner, could keep a sports franchise from relocating. Do you agree with Clay or no? So that is what Clay Travis had to say, guys. And what do you guys actually think about what Clay Travis said? Is Drew Brees the single most important athlete to a city? He's not wrong on this. He is not wrong. I know people have been very disappointed with Drew Brees for the last year, man. But overall, man, he's not wrong on this. He's really not. I mean, if you look at Chicago with Michael Jordan, there's probably actually more Chicago Cubs fans over there, and the Bears are wildly popular. And I believe they would have been popular, no matter if Jordan was there or not. Boston has had many great athletes over there, so you can't really say that one athlete would make that much of a difference there. Same way with Dallas, because the Cowboys, they've had megastars over there. Megastars. Dirk was also there. Houston, there's been a ton of stars here also. Most of their major cities are going to have, multiple stars. So you can't just say one athlete really define that city. But when it comes to the Saints, a dumpster fire of a franchise, you think of Drew Brees. That's pretty much it. You don't even think of Archie Manning, because Archie Manning in the 1970s, man, he was never considered an elite quarterback, and they never won. I believe they had like one winning season with Archie Manning there. So Drew Brees really has defined New Orleans, because outside of him, man, there is really nobody. Miami, you have Dwayne Wade, you have Dan Marino, New York, a bunch of them, just with the Yankees themselves. So he is not wrong about this. But what do you guys think of this? Do you actually agree that Drew Brees is the one athlete that has defined a city more than any other athlete? He's not wrong on this. He's definitely not wrong on this. But anyway, guys, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.